Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 40 Years, 40 Beers. This is episode 38 with your hosts, Bob Bain and Joe Massey.
38, motherfucker.
Friday night vibes, a couple beers, maybe
Yes,
more
sir.
than a couple, but let's see what we're going to get into tonight. Look at that.
Back. Is it on the screen?
I like that. It is on the screen. That's the back. What's the front look like?
That's the back. And then the front, it's got the same, but just a little on the breast.
I like that. So Pickett wants a hoodie.
We could do
He said-
hoodies. We can do
he
anything.
He said he'll pay for it. He wants one.
I'll send him the link. He could buy a hat, a hoodie, whatever.
What was going on
I
today?
had such a day, cuz.
About what? What were you doing? So you had to go to the King of Prussia Mall. What was that like?
First of all, I hate it there. Julia's choirs singing the national anthem at the last Wings game tomorrow night.
Which we'll get into this. This is so incredible that you're going to your first lacrosse game, by the way. Go ahead.
I think we're all going to have a ball. And then they're taking pictures down on the field with the players at the end. But April was like, none of us have any Wings stuff. Like Julia needs a Wings shirt. So there's this place called Custom Creations in the King of Prussia Mall. The guy's got every sports shirt known to man. He's even got a shirt that says, I invited my side piece to the Coldplay concert and ruined my life. But he doesn't have...
Yeah, there's a place in Springfield on Baltimore Play called Rally House that has all the same stuff. Right?
We don't cross that part of the zip code.
Whoa. Are you saying that you are too good to come? Because all of a sudden.
So she's telling me this afternoon, she's like, you got to go pick it up tonight.
So what do you mean custom? So April ordered it. She got like her name on the back. Like, what the fuck? Is there glitter on it? What the fuck?
Custom because he didn't have one hanging in the store. I'm telling you, this guy has literally every Philadelphia sports t-shirt under the sun. He's got a million flyers. He's got a picture of Saquon Barkley spanking the guy from the Cowboys. Like literally holding him over his knee, spanking his rear end. He's got a million shirts, but he doesn't have any Wings shirts. So she went in to buy just Wings shirts for the family for tomorrow night. He's got none. So she's like, can you at least make one for my daughter? He's got like the custom print press in the back. So he's like, yeah. So she orders it, and I had to go pick it up tonight. Christian and I went after dinner. So
the King of Prussia Ball. Christian was probably fucking like, what the fuck is this place?
Me for $1.30 in Hot Topic. So we go. She's out before we leave. We're having dinner. You called me earlier. We were having dinner. And she's telling me exactly where to go to get to the t-shirt place. And I'm not paying attention at all. I'm like, yes, her to death, staring her in the face. I'm not listening at all. So Christian and I go.
I do that all the time.
Well, I regretted it. So Christian and I go. We pull up to Dick's, like the Shake Shack and the Dick's. And we go in. We go to Hot Topic. He gets all kinds of crazy stuff in Hot Topic. And we're walking around. You know, they have like those giant. Have you been there recently?
Yeah.
They have like these giant touch screens where you can search for your store and they shows you like a Google Maps type of thing. So, we're walking forever and we could not find
the Wing store.
We could not find the store. So, I call and he's like, where you at? I said, I'm at Dick's. He's like, oh, you're on a complete opposite side of the mall from us. He's like, you got to go all the way to the other side, walk across into the other building. And I'm like, bro, this is not going to work out. So we tried to walk.
You got to go to K Square and then go down the escalator. King of Prussia Mall.
I wish I would have taken a picture of what the trip looked like on the digital map. So
it's so ridiculous when you go to King of Prussia Mall. It really is.
We had to walk back to Dick's. We got in the car. And the dude's like, I'm in between the Cheesecake Factory and Joseph A. Banks. So I put Cheesecake Factory into the GPS. And dog, we went like a mile out of our way through traffic lights. We left the building. There's no way. The one thing I do remember hearing her say was, you don't have to leave the building. And finally we get there and
who's the broad
April. No, when I called, a dude picked up. So we go in and he didn't even ask for my receipt. I mean, how many people named April are waiting for a custom Wings t-shirt? So he's got the shirt ready. It looks fantastic. I took it. Now I'm looking around the store and I wound up buying a t-shirt. Christian's looking for stuff for my mom. And the guy's saying, I'm a brand new uncle. He's like, my brother had a baby this morning. He's like, I'm going to go over there tonight. And all day I've been asking every parent that comes in to give me advice. And I'm going to give it to my brother when I see him tonight. And I'm like, don't
have kids.
Yeah. I said, you're in the best spot. I said, you're almost like a grandparent because the uncles have all the fun and none of the responsibility, some of the finance, but none of the bad. It's all good.
No.
And I said, all you got to do is love them. You can't mess anything up if you love them. I said, you're going to make a million mistakes. I said, I'm still not ready. So
I got a kid getting ready to go to college. I don't know how he's not fucked up.
Exactly. So he tells Christian, he's like, your father showed me some love. Now I'm going to show you some love. He's got like these custom coasters in the front of the store. So he asks Christian to pick out 2 coasters. And he says, if you beat me in 2 games of rock, paper, scissors, I give you the coasters. So Christian beat him both times and he gave him 2 free coasters and we came home. But
now guess what? You'll go to that store again.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
The guy was
so cool.
He was cool, but he's also a genius.
Right.
And it goes hand in hand, right? I don't think that he was completely it was all an act. I don't think that kind of generosity or that kind of like.
I think that
I think he genuinely knows that it goes hand in hand, right? People believe that if you give, it's going to come back to you, correct?
Right. I think that my brother just had a baby shit was real, but I think the coaster stuff, he probably does the coaster stuff with everybody, like rock, paper, scissors. Because I could see he was intentionally like putting his hand out slower, you know what I mean, to wait and see what Christian was going to throw.
Exactly.
But yeah, those coasters probably cost him peanuts on $1. And not only did I go in and buy the wing shirt, but then I bought another T-shirt of my own. So like he knew I already dropped, $60 there. And what's a free coaster?
Correct.
And hold on one second. This is Poop. Poop, we're recording right now. You're on the pod.
Oh, you're recording right now?
Yeah. What did you think?
I love it.
How does it sound? Does it sound crisp like the other ones?
Yeah, hook's good. Everything sounds good.
What's he doing? Is he robbing people for their mortgages over there?
Yeah, if you can have those 2 done by Wednesday, that'll be dope.
Poop, why don't you ever give anybody a deal on a car?
He did. He was telling me this morning he had a major deal. This broad owns a Roa. I don't know. She owns a health food store or something. I don't know what he said. He
gave me one deal a day in his life, and I guarantee the deal worked out better for him than it did for me.
Yeah, so have that and King Kong vs. Godzilla 3 ready for Wednesday.
Poop, ready? Marry, fuck, kill. I want to hear what he has. Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Jennifer Lopez. Nikki Glaser.
Ew. Nikki Glaser, J-Lo, and Kim Kardashian.
Hold on. We're asking our distinguished guest, Sir Poop of Chapman Chevrolet.
Go ahead. What do you want? What are you saying?
I'd have to marry J-Lo. I know it's going to end in a divorce because she's been married 7 times. I'm going to fuck Kim Kardashian and kill Nikki Glaser.
All right, fair enough. Hey, that's your prerogative, Cuz.
J-Lo,
See, I think
luck, you know what I mean? Top knot back in the day.
So
I think Mush picked the 3 worst broads ever.
That's the point. That's the point of the game. So here's mine. You ready?
I mean, J-Lo's literally been married 7 times. I think Kim Kardashian been married 3 or 4 times.
You married Nikki Glaser. You married Nikki
to other girls.
Yeah, I would say marry Nikki,
and then you kill Kim, and then you fuck J-Lo.
Smash J-Lo. Yeah. Kill Kim, smash J-Lo. I agree.
Who? You're suspect. You're suspect in this whole game.
Mo wants me to hang up on you.
I can't pass up on smashing J-Lo and Kim.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I went to see Nikki in Atlantic City.
She's hysterical. I think that would be a good time at the crib.
Cuz, do you hear Poop getting ready to rob somebody else? He's getting another car ready to bring into the friggin' lot that he just robbed somebody with.
He's running through Taco Bell. He's done for the night. All right, Mo, let me go back to him. So try to have both of them ready for Wednesday.
A few moments later.
No, Jiggles does a great job down there too. Was just hanging out with Jiggles too. We went to the bare knuckle boxing matches.
Oh yeah.
So Jiggles was there. Wait till you hear this story. So it's me, Jiggles, Ito, and Poop. All right. So we go to this Asian restaurant, right, which was unbelievable in Philly Live. So I wanted to play some blackjack. So I'm at like the $15 table, like nothing big. It's me and this one, I think she was Cambodian. I think maybe like Vietnamese, right? So it's just me and her for a while. She's on the other side of the table. I'm on one side, like basically playing corners.
Wait, she's not the dealer.
No. She was playing. So we're basically playing corners. Like I'm at one opposite end. She's at the other opposite end. So next thing you know, her friends come over. And her friends, the one friend sits next to me and starts playing my side bets. Right? Starts playing my 21 plus 3, starts playing my perfect pairs, all this. Now, I think that she just wants to bet my side bets. She's saying, no, this is for you. She's putting $5 down, $10 down, right? And I'm just, Vito and Poop are looking at me. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Can you
We would
imagine?
have to send Liam Neeson to come get you. I got a specific set of skills.
I'll tell you what, Liam would have been able to get me. He would have been like, all right, you got 30 seconds. I want you to look at her eyes. I want you to look at her tattoos. Cause could you imagine, cause you're sitting there going, you're under the bed and Liam's on the phone and you're like, listen, the broad has the middle toe is longer than the big one. And there's half social distance. Yeah, right. And the big toe has half fungus. There's a line up the center. That's the defining factor, is the toe
She could
fungus.
catch a fish swimming upstream with these claws.
And then in the
Oh, my
movie, what would
God.
happen is, cuz he'd find her on like a fish dock and he'd be sitting there talking to her and all of a sudden he'd look down at the toe, right? Like,
Oh, my God. Speaking of fish doc, you just made me think, did you see Send Help with Rachel McAdams?
no, I didn't.
Oh, my God. I thought it was fantastic.
Really? What's it about?
She works in accounting and she's just like, when it opens up, she's just real nerdy girl. She has no makeup on. She's like an old hag and she's like phenomenal with numbers. So she works at this company and the old man dies and he leaves the company to his son. But he says to everybody, she gets promoted to VP when I die because the son's going to go from VP to CEO and he wants her to move in. So the son's like, fuck that. I got my boy coming in. You know, I went to college with him and, she freaks out that she doesn't get the position. She goes into the office and asks him to explain himself. Long story short, he invites her onto a trip to Bangkok to try to redeem herself. He's like, I don't think you have what it takes. He's stroking her. He has no clue about any of it. He's like, I don't think you have what it takes to be a VP, but come on this trip with the guys and prove me wrong. So she is in love with Survivor. All day long, she watches Survivor at the
show.
The show.
Okay.
So on the plane, one of the guys gets her Survivor audition tape and they're playing it on the laptop on the plane as they're flying the private jet to Bangkok. And she's in the back and they're all watching the show laughing at her. The plane crashes and only her and the boss survive. Now, this is all in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. Okay. But now, you know, he's still treating her like she's like one of his, you know, like minions or whatever. And she's like, bro, we're on a deserted island 1,000 miles away from Fiji. She's like, we're just two regular people now. And she's got all these skills from watching the show. She's putting water in these little cups. She's making containers. She's a
real life survivor.
Dog, she killed a boar?
No shit. Just from watching the show.
Well, it doesn't go into detail about how she acquired all those skills, but she's like a diehard fan. So okay. she had to have figured it out some way, but she's like, she shows him how to tell what berries are poisonous and this and that. So it goes on and she sees that there's boats around, but he broke his leg in the plane crash. So he can't move. So she's been doing everything around the island for him and coming back every couple of hours, checking on him and stuff like that, feeding him, taking care of the wound and all. So she finds like a boat and she doesn't yell for help because this is a complete 360 for her. And now she's in charge after this dude just stroked her, right? Like this is a completely different life for her. Like this, she's in her element. So she doesn't send for help. She doesn't tell him she saw a boat and it just goes on and there's a period where they're like in love. There's a period where they want to kill each other literally. And it just goes back and forth. The two of them going crazy on the island. And there's a little bit of a twist.
It's pretty much only the two characters. That's it.
For the most part, yeah. You get a bunch of people in the corporate office in the beginning. Then 85% is the two people by themselves. There's a boar or two in there. And then towards the end, you get a couple more people that come back into the picture.
Just so happens there's some meat. It just so happens there's some meat to keep them alive.
Well, and she, yeah, because they were eating fish and berries and fruit the whole time. Just the way it unfolds, seeing her in that kind of role, killing the boar was wild. The ending I thought was really good. I just thought it was fantastic. But there's a scene with this little fisherman. Eventually, one of the boats does make it onto the island, even though she didn't, orchestrate it.
A few moments later.
I think it's natural to think about like crazy exes, things that happened in your life with some of the broads you dated. Cause like we've seen some of our boys go through some crazy shit. Like we've all been through some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I dated this chick once. I'll never forget this. we're not going to name names. That's not a good idea. We can talk about a lot of stuff. Do you remember we all dated some crazy broads, but this broad took the cake, right? And
I already know who you're talking about. Yeah.
It sucks because I brought her. I guess technically I brought her around, right? Because the girl I was dating,
no
at the
idea
time,
you brought her around.
Well, yeah, the girl I was dating at the time was how they met.
Really?
All right, yeah. So the names and faces of the story have been changed to protect the innocent.
To protect everybody.
So, John Adams, right? John Adams.
Bo, you almost made me snot out my nose. Oh my God, I choked.
John Adams used to date.
What's wrong with you, cuz?
John Adams used to date a girl named Brittany.
My God, cuz you're out of your mind right now.
And listen, can we all agree that Brittany was out of her goddamn mind? All right,
Yeah.
Brittany came into the fold because I was dating a girl from Delaware County who her friends started coming around. All right.
Yeah.
And this poor guy, the shit he dealt with. Remember, didn't she pull the fire alarm in his apartment one time?
Fire alarm in the apartment. Didn't she cause some kind of, where did we used to go? The Olive Branch?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I mean, she caused lots of commotions. I remember the most incredible scene I've ever seen in my life. I mean, in history. I don't know if anything will ever top this is when I think it was the last Matrix movie. The last Matrix movie.
Yeah.
And we all go. It's like a Sunday night. We're at John Adams' apartment. All right. And he's sitting there and he's like, you want to go see the Matrix? We're like, all right, fuck it. Let's go. So I guess like something happened where he told her like, no, you're not coming. I'm going with my friends.
She was super clingy, dog.
But then he told Brittany where we were going.
Yeah, rookie move.
Because here's the crazy.
I mean, how many theaters were there, dog? She could have narrowed it down.
Well, she might have. I mean, because here's how crazy she is. What if she went to all of them? What if she went to fucking Marple? What if she went to Granite Run? What if she went down to Riverview?
She popped in on us. I mean, she might have visited a few before she landed on the right one.
What if she fucking... And here's the worst part. She was probably so excited when she got in there and saw him because he was at the end of the row. I was right next to him. She dumped a fucking 64-ounce soda on his head.
Imagine the mind of the broad who's buying that soda at the stand moments before she busts in to dump it on him.
Because, well, here's the best part. Then he had to sit in the soda, right, for the whole fucking movie. Because what's he going to do?
For a 3-hour movie?
What's he going to do? And then she had the balls to walk down to like the third row from the front and sit down and watch the movie. And watch the movie. Dude, and listen, I've been in situations. So
after she paid for the ticket and she was out that soda, what else was she going to do?
Because I was dating this girl once. We're going to call her Alana. All right, Alana. She actually picked you and Poop up from Barnaby's once when I left you guys in the snow. We were living in Southwest.
Oh, you were always leaving us, dog.
Because I left you once in the snow. Stop it. We were at Barnaby's once in the snow.
You left us several times. Maybe once in the snow.
No, I left you once because I was just I don't know what happened. I was just so angry. If you remember, Poop will laugh at this. I went, if the next song's not hip hop, I'm fucking leaving. They were playing like
it
country.
Did aggravate me when hip hop didn't come on.
And then Poop was like
several songs.
Poop goes, okay. I went, Poop, I'm telling you right now, if the next song's not hip hop, I'm leaving. And then fucking, I don't know, Ugly Kid Joe or fucking who the fuck no came on. And then I walked the fuck out. I'll never forget it. I took the bowl out of my car and left it next to the dumpster. Remember that?
Yeah.
I was like, I sent him a text. I was like, yo, your bowl's next to the dumpster. I was like,
all your belongings are on the curb.
So then,
oh my God.
Hold on. So then you guys had her number for some reason. So you guys called her and she came and picked you up and drove you home. Do you remember that? She picked you up and drove you home. You guys definitely remember that from Barney.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember. I don't know why. I don't know why one of us had her number.
But here's the crazy experience. So remember when was living in that house in like Collingdale and she was living with like multiple people and we would party there all the time. So I was there one night. It was just me. None of you guys.
That one broad had the kid. Her friend had the kid.
Yes, she was cool as hell.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to see her that night. So I'm like, you know what? Don't come over, blah, blah. But she's been there before. So I'm all banged up. I'm like I think I'm 20. It was right before I was 21. I think maybe I just turned 21. So I'm sleeping on the floor at Frog's house and house in her bedroom. I'll never forget this, dude. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I wake up, open my eyes. The fucking chick is in the bedroom standing over me.
Wow. For what reason?
I didn't fucking wait to find out. I woke the fuck up and I fucking walked downstairs and walked out. I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? And she was like, oh, this, that. And she drove me home. And I was like, can you give me a ride home? Can you give me a ride home? Because you were with that fucking crazy broad too. Who was the crazy broad with the dark hair?
Half Hawaiian.
No, not the fucking John that we were up in like rocks. I don't know where we were, but there was there was like 8 of us sleeping in an attic.
Me, you, Vinny, and Poop. Remember we were in the pool and then we went to the attic.
It was like Abington or something.
Yeah,
what was her name?
I'm horrible with. I have a voicemail on one of my mixtapes from her. I don't think she guys. I don't know if she left a name on the voicemail. I gotta go back and listen to that.
Is she the one who was like, yeah, you said you don't play girls or whatever? Is that her? Like, is that the one?
You say you don't jerk girls off. Yeah, you definitely do.
Cause like,
yeah. Listen.
Just you're fucking asshole, and that was like a little CI. But you never like jerk those off with. You definitely do.
You're a fucking asshole. August 16th of what year you think that was?
Dude, it had to be. We had to be 20. Like, I have a distinct memory of. Did she drive us home or was it you? I feel like she drove us back to her house. Like we were out somewhere and we all just stayed in her house.
With the next day, she drove us.
Like I have this distinct memory of driving down fucking the expressway.
Yeah.
So I think she was like, dude, she was rich.
What's her name?
She was rich because I remember sleeping in the attic and we're all laying there at night and I'm looking up and I'm like, is that asbestos? I'm like, is it going to fall on me while I'm sleeping?
Cause why did the attic fit 8 people?
I don't know.
That crib was huge.
It was huge. It was very.
It might have been the attic of the pool house.
It wasn't. It was like her bedroom because she was like, you and her were on the bed and me and Vinny were like in the fucking rafters.
And Poop was naked for some reason.
I think we were all naked.
Yeah.
I think we.
Hold. How about?
I used to date a girl who
the crazy broad. They were like Ren and Stimpy, the tall, crazy, thin broad, and the short broad with the giant boobs.
So it's and
yeah.
So Karen
Ren and Stimpy. We're just calling Ren and Stimpy.
So Ren and Stimpy, who they used to come down the shore with us. Do you remember the time? Oh my God, I don't even know if we should talk about this, but I think you were there. So remember we used to. Were you there when we used to go down to North Wildwood on the weekends and we would get this like suite? The Paradise Cove on 4th Street. So it was like me, Richie, Vito.
I was there for the Stan E. Pill.
Chris would go. And there was this place on like 4th and Ocean, Paradise Cove. Because we could get a 2-bedroom with a living room. And it was like fucking $300 for the whole weekend. And it had a pull-out cast. It was like 4 or 5 of us. So the one night, it's like Friday or Saturday, we're drinking all day. We're like 19. How old are we? Because I was working at DM Sabia. So we're probably like 18, 19 years old and we're drinking all day and we're walking up the boardwalk and we see somebody Vito knows and he has Xannies. So we're like, yeah, we'll take a Xanny. Why not after drinking all day, right? So we fucking pop a Xanny and we start walking back to the hotel and fucking Ren and Stimpy are going to meet us back at the hotel. It's like 2 a.m.
Wait, they were staying there with you?
They were, no, they were from Jersey. So they just drove down.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll hang out with you, blah, blah, blah. Cause don't you remember the time you and I went there on our own?
Yeah.
It was just me and you. We were in the pool with them. And
I remember that. And I remember I was going to tell you, Matt and I went to, who's the short one? Ren?
Short one is, I don't know. All right. For this purpose, Ren.
We went to Ren's house. Matt was driving. We got lost. And I'm already horrible. This was long before Google Maps. So
you had a map quest and you're like
I used to print. I would print it out twice. I would print out one from MapQuest, one from Google Maps just to make sure. And we still got lost. So we call and she's like, where are you? And I said, I look up at the street sign and I said, we're on the corner of Delayed Green.
Delayed Green and stop. Delayed Green and stop.
That's how out of my mind I was, dog. No one For like 10 seconds, no one knew what I was saying, and then we all realized what was happening. We were all cracking up. Oh my God.
Because you know how many times
for us to get there.
we were, because I'd be driving home from your house sometimes, even on like a Tuesday or Thursday or a Wednesday, right? And I'd be sitting there on Dix Avenue, right by Divines, right on 72nd Street. You know how it like, and Family Style's right there, and it had that crazy fucking like 4-way stop sign with the diagonal, cash on gas. You know how many times I sat there and I was like, when's this fucking light going to turn green? I'm like, oh, it's a stop sign.
A few moments later.
You did a jizza video this week, and now you're bringing up grave diggers. Like anybody knows.
Wait, and check this out. Hold on. Do you know what this is?
I break bread, ribs, $100 bills. I feel like it's Biggie.
It's Prodigy.
I break bread. Yeah, it is Prodigy.
It's from his own song.
I break bread, ribs, $100 bills, pill on the Cotties and over 4 wheels.
BoomBapTees.com, cuz. Oh, I gotta show you. Did I show you the one of Mariah and ODB as babies with the pacifiers?
No.
It says me and Mariah, and then there's just 2 babies, 2 black, light-skinned babies, a boy and a girl with the pacifiers.
Phenomenal.